Hello, my name is Rob Merkel. In this video, I'll be going over connections for your motherboard. All the connections can be found in your motherboard manual. This page goes over every single one. For instance, number one is the 12-volt power connector, which is right here. That will be the first cord we plug in here. So here's extra connectors that you may need depending on how many external parts you have added. Now the first one I always like plugging in is the 12-volt. This is the ATX 24-pin connector for the power. Just get the pins lined up. Plug it in. Make sure it's nice and snug. I like to get the further connections done first for the fact that it makes connecting everything easier. Next one will be the 12-watt connector for your computer, and this goes right in here. You have to pass your CPU and just fit it in there nice and snug. Okay. Now before I connect anything with any of these, I'm going to get all the fans and front panel connectors plugged in. I'll first get the CPU fans plugged in. There's two more right here by the first video. That's the additional two there. So you just take these, line up the 3 pins with the connector. Do the same for this fan. As you can see, this is in case if your motherboard has your connector over there. This is so it can reach further. Okay. Now it's time for the front panel connectors. Just trying to get them all out real quick. Okay. Now your first connector that I want to go over is the HD audio. That's going to be all the way up here in the front corner. It's also in your motherboard manual. If you need to find out where anything goes, manual is a good place to look. So you'll plug it into this front location right here. Okay. Try and keep these untangled as much as you can. Okay. Now I'll plug in the SATA, and this can go in your SATA ports over here. This will make it so your front eSATA connector will read anything that goes into it. So just pick a slot. Try and pick the bottom ones first in case if you have additional connectors. Next we'll go over yet another fan, and there should be a additional fan slot. I'll just look in there. As you can see, I can just look in here to see where it is. Okay, so this will be plugged in right here in the first fan slot. Okay. Try and just keep this out of the way. Alright, now this is your front panel connector. It's very important that you get this right. This will be your power button, reset button, and your LED. Right here, in the system panel header, you can see you have the power button, the LED, and the reset. That's the three you're going to want to plug in. Now, make sure you set them up. Before you push them in, the HD is going to be in the front corner, the reset button is going to be next to it, and the power button is going to be on these last two on this side. So I'm going to put in the power button first since it's going to be in these. Okay. Power button's in. The reset switch is going to be right in front of the power button. Okay, and then right next to that, you have your HD LED. Just untangle these. And the LED is going to go in the front too. Just like that, you should have two open slots right next to the power switch. And I think that is all of the internal parts except for this one, which is the USB. The USB. It's also labeled right here. You have the USB connectors. So all I gotta do is line it up the hole where it's not supposed to be. Just push it right on it. Okay. Now it's time to connect the PCIe, which is going to be your graphics card. You have these. It's all color coded, so it makes it easier. You have all these connectors. It's same. There's a little notch. Line it up with that. Easy. Connect it, and then, of course, plug it into your video card. And these you could like push down when you're done. I'm going to go over the floppy and the disk drive next. Now, this is a floppy. This is for the power for the floppy drive. You have this nice long connector that you're going to put right in here. I'm doing the floppy drive first other than the hard drive because it's further away. I like to get the furthest away materials before I do the close ones. That way I don't get the cords as tangled. You just same as the PCIe. Next I'll put in the SATA connector. It's the same as we did earlier, plugging it into this location. However, one of the ends is going to go into your floppy drive. And this is so your computer can read your floppy drive. Actually slide this underneath all these cords. Okay. And like I said, since I plugged that into the bottom, I'll try and just go right across the top. It's kind of hard to see. This one's plugged into the bottom port. There's one port above it. I'm going to plug this SATA on top of it. And just like that. And then you're going to do the same thing with your hard drive. Same connectors. Just easily put it in. Connect it to your power supply. And then once again, use a SATA cable. Like these ones. And after that's plugged in, come down here, try and get it in the bottom one. Okay. Make sure everything is plugged in. It's the last step. Make sure there's no loose cords. Now that everything's plugged in, you should be able to turn on the computer. So, in my next video, I'll be going over installation of software.